Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk to you about one of the most profound and transformative forces in our lives, trust. Specifically, trust in God, and how it can help us navigate the challenges that we all face. We all have problems, whether big or small. They are a part of the human experience. There are moments when life feels overwhelming, when it seems as though the weight of the world is on our shoulders. In these times, it's easy to feel as though the answers are just out of reach, or that we are trapped in a cycle of struggle with no way out. But what if I told you that the key to overcoming those problems lies not in the problem itself, but in how we respond to it? What if the real solution isn't found in searching for the perfect answer or fix, but in trusting that the solution is already unfolding, even when we can't see it? Trust in God, trust in the infinite wisdom and love that is available to us. When you place your trust in God, something incredible happens. The fear, the anxiety, the worry that often accompany our struggles begin to dissipate. They lose their power over us. In their place, something stronger and more resilient emerges. Peace, faith, and clarity. You see, when we trust in God, we're not just surrendering to an external force. We're aligning ourselves with a higher intelligence, a divine flow that is always working for our good. This force does not operate in the limitations of time and space that we experience in the material world. It transcends all of that. It sees the bigger picture, the one that we, in our limited perspective, cannot always see. This higher intelligence knows what you need, and it knows how to get it to you. It understands the deepest desires of your heart and the lessons you need to learn. So when you trust, you're not simply hoping for a solution. You're opening yourself to the possibility that God has already set in motion the perfect circumstances for your growth, healing, and success. Trusting in God means letting go of control, releasing the need to figure everything out on your own. It means stepping into the unknown with confidence, knowing that even when things look uncertain, God is working behind the scenes. It's in those moments when you feel like you're on the edge, when you feel you have nothing left, that God is closest to you. Trusting in Him doesn't mean avoiding difficulties or hardships. It means knowing that no matter what comes, you are never alone, and that every challenge is an opportunity for growth, transformation, and miracles. The path may not always be easy. There may be times when it feels as though your prayers have gone unanswered, or that your struggles are too great to bear. But remember this: the power of trust in God is not found in the absence of problems. It is found in how we face them. With faith in the divine, we are not powerless in our suffering. We are empowered by it. Through trust, we allow God to move within us and guide us to solutions that are greater than anything we could have imagined on our own. Let me tell you something remarkable. Every thought you think, every feeling you experience is a signal. It's a frequency you send out into the world. And when you trust God, your thoughts and feelings begin to align with His higher purpose. You start to feel the shift. You begin to experience the flow of life in a way that feels effortless. It's as though the universe itself is conspiring to bring you exactly what you need, exactly when you need it. When we trust in God, we enter into a state of grace, where problems are no longer burdens, but invitations to evolve. The key is to let go of fear and control, and instead open our hearts to the idea that everything is happening for our benefit. Trusting in God is not about waiting for life to change. It's about shifting our perception of life and embracing the reality that we are always held, always supported, and always loved. As we walk forward in this journey, remember, no problem is too big for God. No challenge is insurmountable when you trust in His timing, His wisdom, and His divine plan for your life. You are part of something much greater than you can see, and when you trust, you align with that greater power, drawing you closer to the solutions you seek. So the next time you face a challenge, stop and breathe. Let go of your need to control. Trust in God. Trust that He is already working on your behalf, that the answers are already being woven into the fabric of your life, and watch as, one by one, your problems are solved in ways you never thought possible. Thank you. Trust is the foundation upon which we build our lives. It is the invisible thread that connects us to the greater force that governs the universe. Trust is not simply about believing in the unknown. It is about surrendering to something larger than ourselves, knowing that there is a purpose and a plan beyond our limited understanding. When we trust, we allow ourselves to open up to the flow of life. relinquishing control and embracing the process. It's easy to trust when everything is going well, when life is unfolding smoothly. However, true trust is tested in times of uncertainty, challenge, and difficulty. Trust is not passive. It's an active choice to align with a higher intelligence, to believe that things will work out even when the path is unclear. Trust is the willingness to believe that even when we cannot see the way forward, something or someone is guiding us. It's in those moments of vulnerability that trust becomes the most powerful. It is what allows us to keep moving forward even when fear and doubt try to take over. Trust provides the strength to face challenges with resilience, knowing that we are not alone in our struggles. It removes the need to control every outcome, and instead it invites us to step back and let life unfold as it is meant to. Trust requires patience because it doesn't always show immediate results. It asks us to hold on through the uncertainties, knowing that the timing and the outcome are in the hands of a greater force. When we trust, we invite peace into our hearts, releasing anxiety and embracing the flow of life as it comes. Faith is a deeply personal and transformative force that transcends our immediate understanding and experiences. It is the belief in something greater than ourselves, something that we may not be able to see or fully comprehend, but trust in because we know it's real. Faith is not simply about believing in a set of doctrines or principles. It's about having unwavering confidence in a higher power, in the unseen, and in the potential for good to emerge, even in the midst of adversity. It is a force that goes beyond hope. It is an inner certainty that no matter what challenges we face, there is a purpose and a plan unfolding. Faith allows us to hold steadfast even when everything around us feels unstable. It becomes the light in our darkest moments, reminding us that there is more at play than what meets the eye. Through faith, we find the courage to face the unknown with an open heart, trusting that the journey we are on is leading us to exactly where we need to be. Faith teaches us to let go of doubt and embrace the possibility of miracles. It helps us move beyond our immediate circumstances, seeing the bigger picture and understanding that every difficulty is part of a much larger narrative. In times of struggle, faith becomes a source of strength, providing us with the resilience to keep going. It is the belief that no matter how insurmountable the challenge may seem, the divine wisdom guiding us will always find a way. Faith doesn't require all the answers, but rather it asks for trust in the process, even when we cannot yet see the outcome. It gives us the ability to move forward with confidence, knowing that every step we take is part of a divine plan. God is the ultimate source of guidance, love, and wisdom. For those who believe, He is the anchor that holds them steady in the midst of life's storms. God is not just a distant figure. He is present in every moment, aware of every challenge, and concerned with every detail of our lives. To trust in God is to acknowledge that there is a higher power that is always working for our good, even when we cannot see the full picture. God's plan for us is far beyond what our limited minds can conceive, and trusting in His wisdom means surrendering our need to control every aspect of our lives. Instead of forcing solutions or trying to figure everything out on our own, we rely on the understanding that God is always at work, guiding us, providing for us, and orchestrating circumstances in ways we cannot predict. This trust is not based on our own understanding, but on the belief that God's ways are perfect, even when we do not understand them. It's about accepting that there will be moments of uncertainty and hardship, but knowing that through them, God is shaping us, strengthening our faith, and preparing us for what is to come. Trusting in God also means embracing the idea that His timing is flawless. We may want things to happen according to our timeline, but God's timing is always aligned with what is best for us, even if we can't see it right away. By placing our trust in Him, we acknowledge that He has our best interests at heart, and that everything that happens is part of a divine plan that is ultimately leading us to where we need to be. Transformation is the process by which we evolve into the fullest version of ourselves, and it is often born out of our challenge. Every obstacle we face, every moment of struggle has the potential to be a turning point. Transformation doesn't happen overnight, and it certainly doesn't occur without discomfort or difficulty. It is in the moments when we are stretched beyond our limits that we begin to uncover our deepest strengths. The challenges we face are not meant to break us, but to reshape us. When we trust in God, we understand that every trial we endure is a catalyst for change. It is in facing our fears, doubts, and limitations that we discover new possibilities within ourselves. Transformation requires us to let go of old ways of thinking, old habits, and outdated beliefs that no longer serve us. It demands that we step outside of our comfort zones and embrace uncertainty, trusting that the process is leading us to a higher purpose. While transformation may seem daunting, it is important to recognize that it is a natural and necessary part of life. Just as a seed must break open to grow into a tree, we too must break free from the constraints of our old selves to become who we are meant to be. Through transformation, we gain a deeper understanding of who we are, what we truly value, and what we are capable of achieving. The journey may not always be easy, but it is one that ultimately leads to greater strength, clarity, and fulfillment. When we embrace transformation, we are not just overcoming the challenges in our lives, we are evolving, growing, and becoming a more authentic version of ourselves. Peace is not just the absence of conflict, but a deep sense of inner calm that transcends the circumstances around us. It is the stillness within, a state of mind where we are able to remain grounded no matter the chaos or turbulence outside. In a world that often feels overwhelming, peace becomes a precious resource, one that we must consciously cultivate. True peace doesn't come from external conditions or the resolution of every problem. It is a state of being that arises from trusting in something greater than ourselves. When we place our trust in God, we invite peace into our hearts. This trust allows us to release the need to control every situation and outcome, knowing that we are being guided by a higher intelligence that has our best interests in mind. Peace is found when we stop fighting against life's circumstances and instead accept what is. Trusting that everything is unfolding as it should, the moments of struggle and uncertainty that once caused us stress become opportunities to practice peace. When we trust in God, we find a strength to remain calm in the face of adversity, knowing that we do not walk this path alone. Peace isn't something we need to chase or force. It is something we allow. As we align with divine wisdom, we become more attuned to the quiet whispers of our hearts and minds, guiding us towards serenity. It's a natural consequence of surrendering to God's will and trusting that He is always at work, even when things don't seem to be going according to plan. With peace comes clarity, a clear sense of direction, and the ability to navigate life's challenges with a steady, unwavering heart. Clarity is the ability to see beyond the confusion, to have a clear understanding of what is truly important in life. It is the inner knowing that emerges when we are aligned with our higher purpose and divine guidance. In moments of uncertainty, it is easy to become overwhelmed by the noise and distractions around us. However, clarity allows us to cut through that noise and focus on what truly matters. When we trust in God, we invite a sense of clarity into our lives. It is through this trust that we begin to discern the path forward, even when the way is not immediately clear. Trusting in God helps us to let go of the need to have all the answers right now, and instead embrace the process of unfolding. We begin to see that clarity does not always come in an instant. It is often a gradual revelation that occurs when we remain open, patient, and willing to listen. Clarity is not just about making decisions with certainty, but also about seeing our circumstances from a higher perspective. When we trust that there is a divine plan at work, we are able to view our lives from a broader viewpoint, one that goes beyond the challenges of the moment. In these moments, we see that the difficulties we face are not obstacles, but opportunities for growth and learning. Trusting in God leads us to clarity because it shifts our focus from our limitations to the infinite possibilities before us. It removes the fear of the unknown and replaces it with confidence that the right path will reveal itself at the right time. When we trust in God, clarity becomes a natural byproduct of our faith and surrender. Surrender is not a sign of weakness, but a profound act of trust. It is the conscious decision to let go of the need to control every aspect of our lives and allow things to unfold as they are meant to. Surrendering does not mean giving up or resigning ourselves to fate. Rather, it is the acceptance of the flow of life and the understanding that we are part of something much larger than ourselves. When we trust in God, surrender becomes an act of faith. It is the recognition that, despite our best efforts, there are forces at work far beyond our control. Surrendering is about letting go of the illusion that we need to figure everything out or make things happen according to our own timeline. Instead, we open ourselves to divine wisdom, trusting that God is guiding us, even when we cannot see the full picture. The act of surrender is often uncomfortable because it challenges our desire for certainty and control. However, it is in this discomfort that we find peace, as we release our attachment to outcomes and embrace the present moment. Surrender invites us to stop fighting against what is and start trusting that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. When we surrender, we make space for miracles to happen. We allow ourselves to receive guidance, support, and blessings in ways we may never have imagined. Surrender doesn't mean we stop taking action. It means we take action from a place of trust rather than fear. By letting go of resistance and embracing surrender, we align ourselves with a higher purpose, knowing that we are being supported every step of the way. Divine plan is the intricate design that guides our lives toward greater growth, purpose, and fulfillment. It is the understanding that every event, every challenge, every joy, and every setback is part of a larger picture that we may not always see. Trusting in the divine plan means accepting that there is a higher purpose at work in everything, even when we struggle to comprehend it. We often want to control the direction of our lives, planning each step and anticipating every outcome. However, the divine plan operates beyond our limited understanding, and it has a way of leading us to exactly where we need to be, often through unexpected turns. Trusting in this plan requires letting go of the need for control and accepting that God knows what is best for us, even when we can't see the full picture. Life doesn't always unfold the way we imagine it, and sometimes we face difficulties that seem unfair or incomprehensible. Yet in those moments, we are being shaped, prepared, and refined for something greater. The divine plan doesn't always follow a path we would choose for ourselves, but it always leads to our highest good when we trust in it. Every challenge we encounter is a stepping stone toward growth, even if it's hard to see that at the time. When we trust in God's plan, we allow ourselves to relax into life with an open heart, knowing that the journey is unfolding as it should. We begin to recognize that the experiences we go through, both good and bad, are part of a grand design that is shaping us into who we are meant to be. The divine plan is not about predictability or certainty. It's about the confidence that no matter what happens, we are always moving forward toward our true purpose. Miracles are not always grand, dramatic events, but can be the small, often unnoticed moments where the divine intervenes in our lives. They are the extraordinary that arises from the ordinary, showing us that there is always more at work in the universe than we can perceive. Trusting in God invites miracles into our lives as we open ourselves to the possibility that the impossible can become possible. When we trust, we release our attachment to the limitations of what we think can happen and create space for something miraculous to occur. It's easy to become skeptical or cynical when faced with difficulties, thinking that change or transformation is out of our reach. However, when we place our faith in God and surrender to His plan, we begin to witness how the universe can align in remarkable ways. Miracles can come in many forms: healing, unexpected opportunities, the mending of relationships, or even a shift in our mindset that opens us up to new possibilities. Trusting in God means believing that these miracles are not just rare, isolated events, but part of the fabric of life itself. It means understanding that we are part of a much larger story, and at any moment, something beautiful can unfold. Sometimes, miracles come in the form of deep inner peace during a storm, or the sudden clarity that helps us make decisions that change the course of our lives. When we allow ourselves to be open to these moments, we begin to see the hand of God in even the smallest details. Trusting in God and His timing creates an environment in which miracles can occur, and we start to experience the world in a way that reveals its hidden blessings. These miracles remind us that there is always more than meets the eye and that God's presence is constantly at work around us. Empowerment comes from within, and it is deeply rooted in the belief that we are capable of navigating life's challenges with strength, wisdom, and grace. When we trust in God, we tap into a source of power that transcends our own limitations. This divine empowerment doesn't mean that we are free from difficulties. Rather, it means that we are equipped with the resilience and inner strength to face them. Trusting in God empowers us to move through life with confidence, knowing that no matter what comes our way, we have everything we need to handle it. It is the recognition that we are never alone and that God provides us with the tools, resources, and support necessary to overcome obstacles and realize our fullest potential. Empowerment through trust is about embracing the idea that we are co-creators with God, partners in shaping our lives. It is the belief that we have the capacity to create the reality we desire as long as we align ourselves with divine guidance. This empowerment shifts our mindset from one of fear and limitation to one of possibility and abundance. When we trust in God, we begin to see that every challenge is an opportunity for growth, every failure is a lesson, and every success is a testament to the divine strength that flows through us. Trusting in God also means trusting in ourselves, knowing that we are made in His image and have been endowed with the wisdom and strength needed to navigate life's complexities. Empowerment, therefore, is not about doing everything on our own. It's about recognizing the divine force within us and allowing it to guide, strengthen, and uplift us as we move through the world.